Today I'm going to show you how to make some really cute earrings using UV resin and these cute little resin fillers. I got a whole package and I think it came with like 6 different packages, and if you see there on the left, I have them put onto the paper. They're just really cute charms, and I think they're originally for fake nails, but I have found that anything you use for fake nails also works super well in resin. And especially because they're not actually a bead, they don't have a hole in them, they don't have a charm hoop on them, they're perfect to do in a project like this. We're going to use this mold, and I've already put some UV resin about 3/4 of the way full into the mold. And then I have popped the bubbles with a lighter. I also will take that toothpick around and bring up bubbles to the surface that need to come up before I use the lighter. And then just pick which beads that you want to use. They're not really a bead. I'm not really sure what to call them. We'll just call them charms for now. So you just take your charms and press them gently down into the resin until they hit the bottom of the mold. And just arrange them however you want. There's so many different ones in this packaging. I'll link it in the description of this video so you can find them. They're from Amazon. Along with all the other things that I've used in this video, I'll link them in the description. This is just gold foil flakes, and I'm tearing them into really tiny pieces and using the toothpick to place them around the charms. That just gives the earring some extra character and some shine to it, and I always love how it makes the earrings look in the end. I think there's a pineapple in there. It's like what's considered like a popsicle. It's a popsicle with a paw print on it, and it also has a ice cream cone and a grape, and that's what's in this pair. And you can see the light I use to make my videos is kind of making this resin harden quicker than it typically would, so it's actually already starting to harden on me, so I had to start going a little bit faster. And if you've ever used the gold foil flakes, you can, you know that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get it in those tiny little pieces. So just work with it until you have it torn up, and then put it under the UV lamp for 2 minutes. And I'll show you how to finish them off once we're done with this other pair of earrings. We're going to do the same steps. We're going to fill them 3/4 of the way full with UV resin. And when I'm doing these earrings, I always like to make extra sure that where your earring hole is on that mold, you're making sure that that's completely covered around it with resin. If not, you won't get that complete hole and you won't be able to use that earrings because you can't get your jump ring through it. You can see how I'm taking my toothpick and I am going around that mold just to bring up every single bubble, and then we pop it with the lighter. When you're using a lighter on the mold, you want to be very careful not to hold it in any place for too long a time because it will damage your mold. And sometimes there are certain molds that I've had that the mold doesn't like it at all when you touch it with a lighter. So, just do a test spot first and never keep it in one place for a long time. So for this earring, there was some cute seashells. There was a flamingo. I love the flamingos. There's so many different cute charms on this. Definitely in the description, click on that and look, and you can see on the pictures all the different charms. The other one is a snail. It's so cute. And then I also am going to add a cloud to it as well because I think they're cute. And I can't wait to make a lot more pairs of earrings with different combinations of these charms in them because some of them have faces. There's even some that have bees and flowers, and I think that would make a really cute combination as well. And once I was done with these earrings, I also thought how cute it would look in a keychain. You could do so many different themed keychains. My kids love them. They're like, "Mommy, I want a pair." But these dangles are a little bit too big for kids, so I was thinking that maybe we won't do that. We'll make them a different kind. You could also, if you really wanted, because they have a flat back, you could just put a stud with UV resin on this and call it a day and make really cute little stud earrings out of these little charms, which I might actually do. I might do a video on just doing that. It'd be a simple video, but it'd be a good idea. These are a little bit too thick to put in any type of like bezel or something like that. So you want a mold like this one that is a little bit thicker so that you'll be able to cover the charms up completely with the resin. Those bezels are just a little bit too thin for something this thick. Again, I'm just going to take those gold flakes and just kind of disperse them between the charms. You could do a glitter base before you put the charms on. Instead, I just use clear resin. But you could do mica powder as the bottom or glitter as the bottom. Just do a thin layer. Then you could do your charms on top and do what I'm doing. That way you'd have a different colored background. But it's up to you. There's so many different variations you could do and make it your own. Do you see how little of this foil I'm using? These containers last forever and they're so affordable. The ones I get, you can get a silver, there's a gold, and then there's like a copper color. And it is very affordable. And I'll also have that linked in the description as well. But they last me forever. And it's just because you only need a little bit in your projects you're using. See how it's already starting to harden on me a little bit? So I had to start working fast. And sometimes when you're using it, it's hard to get it just where you want it because it wants to move and break apart into the resin. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the bubbles, put it under the UV lamp for 2 minutes. And then we'll move on to the next step. So here's the final step when using the resin part. So you're going to put the resin directly on top of where you've already cured and do it right until you have a slight dome of resin at the top, but don't overfill it. So it's a very fine line. You have to be super careful. Do it slowly. If you're a beginner, just do it really slowly and make sure that you're getting, like the dome means it's like a slight curve at the top without overfilling it. And that just makes your earring have a more finished look in the end. Again, paying special attention to where your earring hole is to make sure the resin's covering it completely on each side. So, because you'll get a bubble or a hole there and it won't look right and the earring won't work. So now, once you've put it under the UV light for another 2 minutes, you take it out very carefully. Don't break the part where the hole is that makes the hole, because it's very thin, it'll break off. And then I usually typically like to turn it over on its other side and use the UV light for another minute or two on the back of it. I don't know that I did. Okay, I showed it to you. So then you just put your jump ring and earring hook in, and look how cute these turned out. I absolutely love them. I can't wait to make more. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.